So one of the helpful things in a data visualization can be to compare the levels we're seeing to some reference point, some average perhaps, or an average within a group, or an average across a subset. And this can help put numbers in context for users so they can say, right, this is clearly above average, this is clearly below average, as opposed to kind of guessing how things stack up against each other in some more kind of absolute sense. So let's see how to add these in Tableau. It's really, as far as things go, very straightforward, and actually helps a lot in guiding users towards a conclusion. So let's start a new sheet, and let's think about ratings. I really like this ratings idea. So let's think about ratings, and you can think about it a bunch of different ways, right? But let's think about it in terms of authors. So let's drag our author last name to our columns, and then let's drag our rating from the ratings sheet here to our rows. And so what we're seeing here is the rating received, the sum of the ratings, so of all the reviews that have been written. So for instance, imagine you go to an author's Amazon page, you look at all their reviews, and you add up all the stars. This is the number that we're seeing. So that's obviously not super useful. For instance, this person here, Danticat, has received 40,000 stars in total, and this person down here, Harbach, has received 400 stars in total. But that doesn't really tell us anything about the quality of their work, because some of them could have been reviewed so many more times than others. So we don't mean to aggregate here by sum. We should probably be aggregating by the average, so that we're dividing by the number of reviews that have been written. When we do this, we see that it's suddenly a much less clear picture about who's good and who's not good. Whereas in the previous one, there was wide disparities between how many stars people had received. Here it's a much more muddy picture. There's the highest end, which by the way is a different author than the person that received the most total stars. The average review is 4.5 stars, whereas in the person who has the lowest rating that's been rated, these people haven't been rated at all, is 3.1 stars, or 3.2 to be a little generous. So with a much more kind of natural decay. So it's kind of unclear here, like how would we group these people? I mean, there might be like 3 here that you might consider pretty bad, but then why not include these people? Or maybe these people are really good, but then why not expand it here? I don't know. So maybe we should just think of as, the level of detail or level of granularity here is just like above or below average. That's it. That's all we can really stomach, because how else are we going to break these people up? To see who's above and below average, we can actually just go to Analytics and then drop in a reference line. So when we go to drop in this reference line, it's going to say reference relative to what? So do you want the reference to be relative to the whole table, to just a pane in the table, or to individual cells? And this is in reference to the idea that if you have multiple levels of detail, the reference could be relative to a lot of different things. Here we only have one level of detail, namely the author. So we don't need to worry about this, and we can just drop it on table. So you get a little dialog that pops up, so you can adjust this. You can have a band that has like plus and minus 20%, or you could have some distribution. You could have box plots on the top, and that can be kind of interesting. We'll look at that in a second. Let's just do the line for now. And in this line case, notice that this is telling us that the average review across all books is 3.996 stars, so about 4 stars. And you can see that it makes it clear where a grouping could occur. We could call all of these people from Larner all the way down as below average in terms of their ratings, and this group from Hopf all the way up to Thompson as our above average authors. It's just one way to define it, but it is an interesting way to think about it. Notice that as I select groups, this is one of my favorite features because it makes it easy to kind of get an idea. As I select a group here, I get a new temporary reference line that's of just the people I've selected, just the segments that I've selected. So for instance, among the people that are below average, their average rating is 3.7 stars, whereas among the people that are above average, their average is 4.2 stars. So this gives you an idea that there now is some spread. There's like a 0.5 star spread between the high group and the low group, which, again, it's not like there's only one right way to do this stuff. It could be a lot of different types of things, but it's just one way to explore the overall data.